Hi. So, for the tape, for the recording, can you state your name and where you was living?
Samurai Gamai. I was living in flat A.
Yeah.
The 257.
Yep. High Road.
High Road.
Okay. So, talking about your property, you was evicted when? Can you remember?
September 2016.
Okay. And for the record, do you give, just before we start and continue, do you give consent for me to record you so that we can share this with the councillors of the borough, or journalists that may want to hear your say? Do you give us a consent? Is this okay for me to do?
Yes.
Okay. So you got evicted. Do you want to tell me what happened? So in September you got evicted.
September 2016.
Yes, and how did that happen?
They sent me letter before roughly 3 weeks.
Okay.
Before
They evicted you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they came.
Mhm.
The time, like they sent me a letter with the time.
Okay.
And they came to just kick me out from the flat.
Okay.
But I don't know what the reason is. Not because it's my fault.
Okay, so they didn't give you a reason for why?
No.
And they gave you 3 weeks before you got evicted. They written your letter 3 weeks before getting evicted to tell you to leave.
Yeah, just to pack my stuff.
Okay.
Because I don't have nowhere to go with the 2 children.
Yeah.
I have to wait for them to sign the letter for me and to take it to the council.
Okay.
And
how old was your children at the time?
on that time,
Yeah, when you got evicted.
there was 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
And one of them is not able,
Was
was it?
disabled, yeah.
One of them disabled.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I saw you in the high road and you had no help?
No. Yeah.
You was worried. You remember that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember that as it goes because you was very distressed.
Yeah, very. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So do you have any documents? Is that the is this the letter here? Do you want to show us the letter that they sent you for the eviction?
They sent me this one
Yes.
on the time, the date.
Okay, let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
And if you can turn it around a bit more, yeah. There's the address. I've got a copy of this as I was helping her beforehand, before being shunned. And this is what was unusual, is because it's got her name and address at the bottom, at a different address, but with the same postcode. And it's got the evicted, the person who's evicted her's details, and it was 5 days after receiving the eviction notice. And that could have been on a Saturday, if I'm correct, or a Sunday. That document could have been received. We have to check that out though. So she received that, and nothing else. No other court letter or anything else. Any other court letter? Did you receive?
Yeah.
You had another court letter.
This is from the court. The guy he signed for me, and I took it to the council.
And anything else?
Yeah, there was, but I can't find it now.
Okay.
There was.
Was it a big document or small document?
Just one piece of letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
With is it the one with Iris Courseway writing on it?
Yeah.
I know which one. I think I had that
the yellow
one. Yeah. So you just had their name on it, and it told you you had to leave and what time. Yeah, I've got the same one.
Yeah. Let me see.
So I've got a copy of this is your tenancy agreement that you sent. You just showed me, and this is what it was: a short hold tenancy agreement, which after 6 months becomes a periodic tenancy agreement if not renewed, or if the following process has taken place. I'm just going to go to a page in this document because I have the same one as well, and it's about expiry of fixed term. We want to look at that part, and it says here, the trust may end the tenancy on or after the expiry of the fixed term by giving the tenant at least 2 months prior notice in writing that is required possession of the premises, and by obtaining court orders possession. The court will make an order possession if it is satisfied that the fixed terms of the tenancy has expired and the proper written notice has been given. Now, if we look at my case, it was clear to see that I was given a possession order from 2011 in regards to rent arrears, and they used it for this situation in which had nothing to do with rent arrears. And I have all the evidence and documentation to look at to talk about that, but that's not about me. It's not about me right now. So do you want to tell us what happened after you got evicted or during the process of getting evicted? So did you leave straight away?
No.
Okay, what happened?
Because I don't have nowhere to go, so I refused to leave the property.
Okay, and the bailiff come?
They was there.
And what did they say?
And he was begging me to come out to sign the paper for me, and I refused to take the letter.
Okay.
And he getting very upset, and he leave the property.
Okay.
So in 2 weeks' time, they came with the police.
Okay. And this time they knew that you had 2 children?
From beginning, they know. They know everything. They know everything.
And
even they know my son because they got all the documents.
So they know your son was disabled?
Yes.
Okay, and they were 2 and 3 at the time?
There was 2 and 3.
Okay, so what happened when the police came?
For the second time, they came with the police.
Okay.
The police, they was just outside.
Yeah.
And I was on the property one of my friends, she was helping me there with my children.
Okay.
So she asked them, why you here? And the police say, we are here if there are any trouble to make, to just making a peace. No, we're not taking any one side.
Okay. So they just making sure that then there's no
violence
or abuse.
Irish Conway, a housing association, them called. They came with the police.
Yes. Okay.
Not me, I'm not.
Yeah. Your mother with 2 children, so naturally there's no need for that.
Yeah, and the police tell me, oh, you will get a house, but you have to leave because you got eviction from here.
And what did the housing officers of Irish Causeway say to you?
She said you have to leave.
Did they say they have a place for you to go to?
No.
They had nowhere for you to go to?
No.
Okay, so what happened to you after you left? You eventually left, I'm assuming. You left the property?
Yeah, I don't have no choice.
So where did you go after?
I went to the council.
Okay. Haringey Council?
Yes.
And then what happened?
And I took the letter to them. And because I was homeless from that day, they accepted me like I'm homeless. I've been there all day. At 10 to 5 o'clock, they offer me a hostel.
Okay.
Which is in 3rd floor with no lift.
And you had 2 children and the buggies and
2 children, not just a buggy. My son he can't walk. He's 3 years old. I have to carry him up and down. Okay.
So your son couldn't walk?
No.
Okay.
So I have to carry him up and down.
Yeah.
They offered me Friday, so I have to stay there because the council is closed.
Okay.
Weekend.
Yeah.
But I have to go back to the council because I can't live in hostel with the disabled child.
Okay.
Even it's not about the hostel. The room is in 3rd floor.
Yeah.
No lift there.
Yeah, okay, so it was a struggle definitely to carry a child and your daughter as well walking with you and stuff.
Yeah, but because I don't have nowhere to sleep, I accept the place. I accept the room.
Yeah. Okay.
But Monday I went there because the council, they don't know my situation. They know just I'm homeless and they offer me a place.
Yeah.
They not read my son's situation, my case. When I explain to them, they offer me a 2-bedroom flat, which is in Edmonton Green before this one.
Okay.
The council. I agree with the council. I signed. I went to the landlord to take the key from the landlord, from the agents.
Yeah.
When I went to the agents, I don't know, did I to say that or not? There was like, when they see me, they're not happy with me.
Okay.
He said to me, oh, you got young children, the house is nice and clean, you will make it dirty, so we're not going to give you the house.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
So he gave me this key. But the council, they're not sending me here. They send me to another property.
So the agency moved you here?
Yes.
And not the council?
No.
So you had no choice but to take this as well again?
Because I tell to the agents,
yeah,
I have to speak with my key worker, with my housing advisor.
Yeah.
And he say, oh, if you want it or not, you take it or not, it's not my problem. You have to take it.
Oh, okay.
He's not thinking of my children, my situation. He's thinking about his flat
and
the decoration.
Yeah.
He say, because I have young children, they will make it dirty.
Okay.
And I have a special child in it. They give me a ground floor because they know my situation of my son.
Okay.
The council.
So did you go back to the council and tell them this?
I went back to the council and they say, you take it or not. This is your last chance. So they prayed me from all the way from Haringey to area which I don't know.
Okay.
And my son, he have to stop all his medicine from there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been suffering here. He was not out of nursery, out of medical.
Mm-hmm. And where where's your family based? Where's most of your friends and family?
In Haringey. I've been living in Haringey for long. Most of them in Haringey and Islington.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be more ideal if you was left in Haringey and Islington to get better support.
Especially in Haringey because it's my son's situation. He born in there and he got situation of his medical.
Okay.
And all his team, they was there.
So they're familiar with him
Yes.
and everything else, so it makes things easier.
Yeah.
And you have family there as well in Haringey?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So, and there's no other document that they've given you at all in regards to your eviction? They only gave you this?
Yes.
Not even... Well, that's very strong. Okay, is there anything else you want to say before we end this? Is there anything else that you can think of? How you was treated? How do you feel about how you was treated?
Very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They treat me like just, even in this country, animal, they got value.
Mm-hmm.
But for me and my children, I'm sorry to say that.
No, it's okay.
Even I don't want to go back and remind that all what happened to me. You know, I want to forget it.
Yes. And you lost everything?
I lost everything.
What did you lose?
All my furniture that was there.
And what about your kids? Did they lose anything?
Yeah.
What did they lose?
The bed, some of the clothes, and I have to leave it there because I don't have nowhere to take it. I don't know where to live on that time to take nothing. You know?
So everything you lost, basically.
Most of them, yeah.
What else? And you said this is the only furniture that I'm sitting on that you brought back?
That's it.
And nothing else?
Yeah.
For the record, I want to state as well that I've come to Sam's property in Enfield and it's freezing as hell. If I could show you that she's only got the one heater because the house hasn't even got... I don't see any central heating in the front room at all. There's none in here at all. If we look in the house properly, I do not see not one heater in this house. Oh, there is one, but it's very cold. And it's behind here. She's got this heater in here because the central heating is not working. And she's just been left to her own devices.
Even they put me here because they can't put me on the street. Mm-hmm. They have to rehouse me. Mm-hmm. No, they give me this house because they feel sorry for me. Mm-hmm. Because the law, they can't leave child and mom on the street. But this house is not suitable for my son even. Yeah. He don't have many space. He's not working. He use a wheelchair outside.
Yeah. So there's no wheelchair accessibility here.
No wheelchair access. The shower is not suitable for him. Okay. I have to carry him up and down to do a shower. I don't have a proper bath for him. Yeah. You know. Oh my God, like. Well,
you know, I feel it for you. My stuff was really, it was just as bad. But when you have to look at your kids go through certain things and panic about the future of your kids, that there's no comparison. You can live through one thing, but to see your kids go through another thing, it's not nice. It's inappropriate and unjust.
And one thing before the council, they offered me a 2-bedroom flat, which is in Edmonton Green area.
Yeah.
They give me everything. I lost the document in Edmonton Green.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the landlord, to the agents to take the key
Mm-hmm.
to the property. When they see me with my children, and they was, I don't know, because I'm refugee or I'm not speaking good English.
Yeah.
They refused to give me that property
As
because
well.
he say it's nice and clean,
Mm-hmm.
and the landlord he live next to you, he will make you noisy.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Disturb the peace. Yeah, excuse it.
To not give me that property.
Yeah.
And they offered me this one. I tried to go back to the hostel to stay from Friday until Monday, to go back to the council to talk to my key worker, to housing advisor. When the time I go back to the hostel, they changed the key.
And that was on the same day?
Yeah, they changed the key. They changed the key because I say to the agent, I have to speak with my advisor before I took this flat.
So they forced you into moving in here because they changed the lock on the thing, so you had no choice.
Yeah, I don't have choice. I want to stay with my friend from Friday until Monday.
So you can sort things out and go and see the advisor on Monday and get things cleared out.
Because I got the letter. The address they give me on Edmonton Green and this one is so completely different.
Yeah.
I say before I take the key, I have to go back to the council
To see what's happening.
to talk to my advisor, because
Yeah.
I signed the contract for that address, not for this one.
Okay. And they changed the lock on the
On the hostel.
So you couldn't even. So before there was even a contract, an agreement made, to move into this property here,
Yeah.
because you had signed one contract, they just instantly changed the locks.
Yes. They call me from the council. They say, you have to take this flat. If you're not going to take it, we're going to take the children away from you. We're going to call the social service for you.
Is that what? So they forced you into that?
Yes. I say, you want to call the social service? Go ahead. Because they make me homeless. I didn't make myself homeless.
Yeah.
When I go back to the hostel, the lock been changed. The reception, he say, I'm sorry, you can't go to the pro.
So did you get any of your stuff out of the hostel or wherever the locks was changed? Did you get it?
He asked me, just you have to go inside your room, take your stuff out.
Did you get that? Did you get that stuff out?
Yes.
Okay.
And he say, I'm sorry, I can't let you in. You can't sleep here because the council call us. Because the council not going to pay them for me, they have to kick me out from the hostel.
Okay.
I went to the police station, Tottenham police station, and police station they told me, oh, we can't help you. You have to go back to the council. This is not emergency. It's housing problem.
Yes,
you have to
civil.
sort it out. I stay with my friend, which is living Seven Sister, my best friend. I sleep with her for 3 days. After I went to the council on Monday, and the key worker, she say, the housing advisor, she say, what the landlord, the agents give it to you, you have to take it. And
Okay.
that forced me to take this property.
And if you didn't, you would have had your kids taken from you as well.
If I don't take this flat,
Yeah.
they will take children from me, and I have to sort out myself.
Because it's safeguarding it.
After,
So they forced you.
Yeah, they say, oh, we're going to take the children away because you are homeless. When you go and sort out yourself with a flat or property,
Then they'll give you your children's back.
they will give my children back.
I see what you're saying.
All of that situation, all of that drama because of them is not my fault.
Yeah, they kicked you out, no reason. And
Yeah.
then they put you in this predicament to force you to stay
Yeah.
somewhere. This is terrible. But I want to thank you, Sam. Thank you so much for sharing this, because it's been horrible how we've been treated. Like Emmett, he was beaten up. He was left on the street for 9 months or something, and he was beaten up. He was attacked on the street. So and I actually got attacked when I was staying at somebody else's house, and I got caught up in their domestic violence and got attacked myself. So we've all been through it, and I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for sharing this with me, and I'm going to do my best to make this be heard. Okay? All right.